Hello, everyone. It's an honor to be here today and speaking to such an incredible audience. Well, some of you already know me, but most of you don't because I'm not any celebrity you see on television or social media platforms every day. And I may not have great stories to tell. I can only share my personal experiences and thoughts on photography, how I started my journey, and how it's going on today. So, my name is Abdul Momin, and I'm a professional photographer. About a decade ago, I started photography as a hobby while I was attending my graduation in chemistry. I did not have any professional camera back then. I used to shoot my surroundings with just a mobile phone. I shot pretty much anything that looked interesting to me. It could be a flower, a butterfly, or a tiny little dewdrop on grass, etc. I shared a few of them on my Facebook profile also, and people appreciated my effort. They just loved it. So gradually my hobby turned into a passion. But as we all know, passion alone cannot feed a family. I needed a job. And I got one right after completing my graduation. It was a small IT firm in Bogora, and I used to write articles for them. But soon enough, I just found that it wasn't quite possible to maintain a 9-to-5 office job while keeping the hobby alive. So I just left one of it. Not the hobby, the job, of course. The decision was quite risky, but I had to take it because if that day I did not do that, I wouldn't be here today in front of you guys. So after leaving the job, I had all the time in the world to work on my photography skills. I wondered how I could improve the quality of my photos. I wanted to get more closer photos of my usual subjects. So I developed a customized add-on macro lens for my mobile phone using a broken camera lens, which I collected from a nearby mechanic shop. With that lens, I could capture sharp close-up photos of tiny little things. And after a few days, people started asking me if I could make the lens for them. So I saw a small business opportunity there. I started making lens for people. It was cheap though, around 200 or 300 BDT, but it felt like a great success to me then. And it's a matter of pride also that many of the people who started photography with that lens after collecting from me are still practicing photography today, and a few of them also became professional. And now I would like to show you a few of my macro photos which I took 10 years ago with that macro lens and mobile phone. Can I have the pictures on the screen, please? Thank you. After saving some money from selling the lenses, I bought a DSLR camera. And I was more than happy with it. And I was experimenting all sorts of photography with it, from macro to astro. But unfortunately, Only a few days later, I was drowned in a river in Borishal, along with all my photography equipment. It was really depressing to me, and I lost all my hope then. But only a few weeks later, I got a call from a news agency from the UK. And they told me they had seen my photos on Nat Geo's Daily Dozens. And they wanted to syndicate my photos for international publications. It was really a happy moment for me, but I was also suspecting that it could be a scam also. So as an experiment, I sent them only a few photos. But 2 days after, they emailed me saying that my photos have been published in The Guardian, The Times, The Telegraph, and The Daily Mirror, all on the same day. Moreover, they were asking me, how could he send you the money? I said, what money? They explained me there is revenue from the publications. I did not even have a bank account at the time. So within only a few days, I was able to buy the same camera setup again. And since then, my photos have been published hundreds of times in numerous newspapers and magazines worldwide. In 2018, I got my first ever drone. It was DJI Mavic Air. After getting the drone, it felt like I had my own wings. It added a whole new perspective to my vision. And people also started liking my drone photography as well. And a few days later, someone told me about a contest, a video contest actually. It was called Bhalobashar Bangladesh. I participated in the contest and luckily won the contest. I got 1 million BDT as prize money. Thank you. That was really a game-changing moment in my life. And since then, I have won many more national and international awards and got opportunities to work with many prominent brands and organizations. Thank you. Now, I would like to share a few of my thoughts on the sense of photography. As we all know, photography is an art. But what are the differences between photography and other art forms like music, dance, or painting? The difference is that if you take away the microphone from a singer, he can still sing with his bare voice. If you take away the paintbrush from a painter, he can still draw the pictures on the ground with his bare fingers. But if you take away the camera from a photographer, he can no longer produce pictures. That made photography an art form which is heavily dependent on technology. But the positive difference between photography and other art forms is whenever you are practicing photography, you are traveling somewhere. And whenever you are traveling, you are learning. You are learning about nature, you are learning about people and the cultures. That made photography unique among all other art forms. Now I would like to show you a few more photos, the photos that made people love me. Can I have the photos on the screen, please? Thank you. As today's topic is Renaissance of Nation, I should say a line or two on that as well. As an artist, I have always tried to show the beauty of our landscapes, our culture, and the resilience of our people. But our leaders usually do the opposite. Instead of focusing on the positivity, the progress, they usually amplify the negativity, the division, and the stagnation. But I believe the true change starts with us, the storytellers, the creators, and the visionaries. If we keep showing the beauty, the challenges, and the potential of a nation, perhaps someday our leaders will do the same. That's all for today. Thank you all.